The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. Apologies for the late start to today's webinar, but we're here and after a few technical issues, we are ready to go.
Sorry, Alan. Sorry, I've got to say my technical issues. So,
No
sorry
problem,
about
Paul,
that.
no problem. We're here. We're only a few minutes late, but we're here today to talk about why partner with D-Link. You've already heard that with me today we've got UK&I country manager Paul Routledge.
Thanks for having me, Alan.
Yeah, last time I introduced Paul, I said it was a special guest appearance, but now he's been on 2 out of the last 3 webinars, so it's becoming a more regular thing. So good, yeah, good to have you, Paul. Today's webinar is about why partnering with D-Link, and I think what happens a lot when you talk to companies about why you should partner with them, they go off on vague rambles about who the company is and how many employees they've got and how many countries they're in and who their big customers are. And I don't personally think that's a reason why you should partner with a company. It's more about who the company is. One of the big reasons to partner with D-Link is our VIP Plus partnership and our newly launched MSP partnership programs. So we will start, and we'll start with a little bit of the who we are. We have to mention it. D-Link is entering its 35th year of business, and we'll touch briefly on the range. But what we want to do today is really get into the why partner with us and how we can make working with D-Link more easy, more rewarding, and just generally have a great business working relationship by offering you all the things we do in our partner program, and how you can communicate better with us to come back and talk to us about stuff that we're potentially not doing. So,
Alan, if I could just jump in there, I think absolutely, absolutely right. There's, we have some great partner programs. We are going to talk about some products or a broad overview of products.
Yes.
We've got a very broad product range, and absolutely, our technology, our 35 years in the business, we're a very well established networking provider, and that means we're here to stay, and we're here to support you, our customers. So been around a very long time. I think there's 2 slides where we just kind of give you an overview of the breadth of the product range, and certainly over the last couple of years, I've seen that breadth of product range has helped us and our partners as the changing, as the needs of the channels, as the needs of of customers have changed. We've been there with product sets that have helped our partners, our customers, to be able to address those changes in the marketplace. So there is a little bit about products, but then as Alan said, this webinar is really to talk about our partner programs. I will, as I'm talking about some of the benefits of the program, I'll talk about the team as well, because there's a great team here at D-Link, and that's another great differentiator, and another great reason to work with D-Link. I'll let you carry on, Alan, but I just want to get that across. It's more than just products, more than just this the partner programs.
Yeah, exactly. This is the antithesis of Paul's favourite saying, "Think you know D-Link." I'm sure you won't mind me stealing that off you, Paul. It's something that we do encounter a lot, because we often get told, "Oh, I didn't know D-Link did that." Well, this is the some amount of what we do in the business marketplace. So you've got your switches, your cloud managed wireless solutions with Nucleus Cloud and Nucleus Connect. Touch a little bit more on those later on. IP surveillance, we've just launched a new range of cameras, industrial networks. We have some new products in that kind of area. We will be doing a future webinar talking about M2M and our DEX solution. Watch this space for that. VPN routers, and then there's also the accessories on there. And you'll note dotted around quite a few awards that various products have won. There's multiple other awards that we haven't managed to fit on this slide, but I think just from this slide alone, you can just see the pure range that we have of solutions available for business. And then if we move on to the consumer products, again, looking at the switches, this would obviously be the lower range of the switches, although it says unmanaged. I'm sure that a lot of people are putting smart managed switches in their homes now. The price differential is becoming lower and lower between the two technologies. Wi-Fi mesh, myself and Craig did a great webinar a couple of weeks back on the new cover systems that are coming. Watch this space, they'll be with us very shortly. Adapters, routers, mobile 4 and 5G. 5G is obviously a big part of D-Link strategy through 2021. The DWR2101 hotspot is available now, and 5G is rolling across the country as we speak. And then we've got our range of cameras, smart homes, and USB-C products. Where this has really worked for us in 2021 has been the number of people working from home, and we've produced a number of guides. We're currently updating the working from home guide to 2021 to have the new products in it, but we've seen a real I won't say explosion, but a growth in consumer products for that working from home environment.
Alan, if I could just jump in, I know that we label them business solutions and consumer solutions products, but all of them built to the same very high standards.
Yep.
If I just drill down on that mobile piece of the mobile and 4G and 5G, so obviously over the last 18-15 months, we've seen a big increase in 4 and 5G, with workforces being deployed, outside the office, and more people working from home, and I'm sure we'll continue to see that a model where people are either part-time in the office, part-time at home. So I can see there'll still be a need for those 4G and 5G products, but at the same time, on that mobile connectivity piece, we're also seeing a big increase in industrial applications for 4G and 5G connectivity, whether it's digital signage or CCTV or smart motorways or smart bus stops. So that mobile piece, we're really seeing a lot of growth in that area. Whether it's a product that might sit within our consumer area, so one of these 4G, 5G devices that you see there, but used for more of a business type application. So the new 5G Wi-Fi 6 mobile router is a great product for use in industrial applications, or ruggedized applications. I'll put it that way, ruggedized applications, as well as for use as a consumer product that we might think would just be used in the home.
Well, that's
lots
it.
of uses.
It's almost the creation of a new hybrid between consumer and business, because more people will have business solutions at home. On a previous webinar, Craig and myself have talked about, and I know you have this at your home. You have a nucleus access point at home. You're part of the same network in your home office as you are when you're in the D-Link office. So that sort of blurring of the lines between consumer and business will continue, and that's why I mentioned at the start we put on the slide unmanaged switches, but more and more people are going for smart switches as the products become commoditized and the prices fall in that sort of area. I saw the price differential between our unmanaged and smart managed switches was a couple of pounds for certain sized port switches. So that move up to smart switches, which allows you to create VLANs and better quality of service settings and all that kind of stuff, it's really penetrating with the home market now. So yeah, it's definitely blurring the lines there. So now, why work with D-Link? As we said, it was a couple of back in 2019 was the last time that we talked about the VIP Plus scheme. Myself and Mark Carty sat down, and what we did was we just did a refresher of the VIP Plus scheme and all of its parts, and that's what we'll do today, but with more of an emphasis on how that impacts your business and how and looking at the implications of the new MSP scheme. So. We have the VIP Plus partnership, which is designed to help you grow, help you work more easily with D-Link, offer you tools and services, offer you access to events like today's webinar or training, which we'll obviously go into in more detail as we go through. But we've also launched the managed service provider program, which is based around most of the benefits that you'll see from the VIP Plus scheme, with a couple of bits added on to it. So if we move on to the next slide, I'm going to hand over to Paul, who's going to talk through most of the benefits that sit within starting with the VIP Plus scheme. So talking through the tiers and then moving a little bit on to the individual benefits that you'll get.
Thanks, Alan. Feel free to jump in if I miss anything, but go on then, let's go. So on the VIP Plus program, there's four levels of membership. Based on the spend, so spend per partner. So we've registered bronze, silver, and gold. What we do like to do is to help partners move up that chain, if you like. So now move from registered to bronze, bronze to silver, silver to gold. As part of that partner level, we offer discounts, and that discount increases as you kind of move up that ladder from bronze up to gold. One of the things that we do, so based on a business plan, based on the discussion with an account manager, we will. So sometimes we'll offer, say, a bronze partner, we'll offer them for a period of time that 9% discount based on a business plan that can help them grow to become a silver partner. And it really is about helping them to grow. So using all the services, the people, all of the benefits that D-Link offer to help that partner grow with D-Link. It is all about working with partners to wrap all the services that we provide to help those partners grow. We have partners that are very good technically, and we provide sales assistance and marketing assistance, so lead generation, that type of thing. For those very technical partners, we bring in more of the kind of commercial assistance. We have partners that are very good commercially, but maybe need some help on the technical side, and that's where our pre-sales guys come in. So there's a lot of services, a lot of this, there's a whole team here at D-Link that are available to help and assist partners grow, and we can tailor that. We tailor that to individual partners. So and it really is about putting a business plan together and working on that plan and working to that plan to grow those partners, whether it's kind of commercial assistance needed or technical assistance. So we go right up to the so gold level partners, and to be eligible for that is typically over 45k spend a year, and gold partners enjoy a 12% discount on D-Link sales and products and services.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the benefits slide, Alan.
Yep, let's move on.
Okay, yeah, when you first did that, I thought there was going to be no ticks on it, and I thought I was going to have to speak through each one. I'll tell you what, click on. Let's see all the ticks on.
Let's see all the ticks. Okay.
I'm sure nobody wants me to to talk through 20 different lines. So everybody, all partners receive all of that, all the great access to D-Link's online partner portal. There's a regular VIP Plus newsletter. That newsletter is not just about new products. It's all about new initiatives. It's about new marketing programs. There is collateral, so there's collateral that we provide with the newsletter. Everybody gets a certification and training. I need some new teeth for that one. Online product tools and and sales support materials. When you move on to bronze level, you move more into things like project pricing, and deal registration, which I'll talk about in a few moments.
Yeah.
At silver, move up to a dedicated account manager. Actually, when we get to that, I'll talk in a little bit more detail about dedicated account managers, because that is a real benefit. I think that's something that there's worth in that dedicated account manager.
I think this slide, Paul, is just to show the difference between the tiers and how we reward you for rewarding us. So bringing us more business, we'll give you more back, and we will look at each of these individual segments in a little bit more detail as we go through. So, yeah.
Good. Yeah. Thanks, Alan. Next one. Dedicated account managers. So there's we have a great team of very experienced networking account managers. So by joining the D-Link, not just the MSP program, but also the the VRP Plus program, you're assigned an account manager. So they're there for, as it says on the slide, quotes, consulting on projects, sales promotion, product inquiries, and then any other question you have related to D-Link. Think of those account managers as that gateway to all of the other services within D-Link. So everything else that we can help you with within D-Link. They are, again, they're very, very experienced. I'll say very experienced commercially, but with a good technical knowledge as well. However, once when we get to the stage where we're actually speccing up projects, they'll guide you back towards our pre-sales team, and they're the real experts in pulling together that solution that you need for your customers. So account managers, great set of guys. Think of them as that gateway to the other services that that D-Link can provide.
Yeah, I think that's a great distinction, Paul. Is that the salespeople obviously come at it from a more business benefits side of things, but they also do have great knowledge. But then we hand it over to the true professionals in the pre-sales team once it comes to network design, placement, and the full bits. But their knowledge is great and vast on this sort of topic. So they'll be able to answer most questions, but the pre-sales team is there for those very, very technical issues. So
one last point about the account managers. They are living, breathing. They are people. They'll they're on the phone, they're on email. They might contact you by Skype. That might be your preferred method of contacting the guys. They're not robots. As I've seen with some of the vendors who talk about sales assistants, but you're dealing with robots. These are living, breathing people, and that's getting more and more rare, I think, from a vendor point of view. There's actually somebody there that you can talk to pre and post sales. So a lot of the time, the guys will be following up on a great install at a school or whatever. They'll be following up with the installer on those type of projects. So yeah, real living, breathing account managers, not robots. Next, thanks, Alan. Deal registration. So we're a channel business. We're a dedicated channel business. We don't go direct at all. So everything we sell is through the channel with a great set of distributors, and then a real lively and excellent partner base. Sometimes we'll get partners that are both working on the same opportunity. It could be, again, I'll say it could be a large installer at a school. We do lots of very extensive wireless installs in education. Sometimes we do get that two partners might be working on that same opportunity. So we introduced, many years ago, this deal registration program. And I suppose the last bullet point there, first come, first served. When you bring an opportunity to us and you register that opportunity with us, we support you as a partner. If another partner comes in with that same opportunity, they will not receive the same level of, I'm going to say discount. They will not receive the same level of support as that first partner that's coming with that opportunity.
I think that That's key, isn't it, Paul, for help
Yeah,
when we talk about helping people grow between the channels, because one of these deals could move you from bronze to silver or silver to gold, which can have a very big impact on your business. So deal registration is one of the ways in which we're trying to help the little guy, as it were, help you protect those deals that you bring in.
yeah, and that's a great point actually. On so help the little guy. Large organisations. So some of the large national resellers are not on the VIP Plus program. The VIP Plus program, a great term that you said there on. VIP Plus program is about helping those little guys and protecting some of those opportunities for the little guys.
Yeah.
We do ask, so we'll ask information about, we'll ask for end user information. Just the name of the end user is all we need, just so that we can register that opportunity effectively.
Yeah.
So there's a 3-month exclusivity on it, and again, we make sure that partner that first registered that opportunity gets the best service and that price guarantee. Valid on orders over 3K. Do you know what typically the opportunities that are working through deal reg are much more than 3K anyway, but you need to put a limit on. So 3K is the minimum limit there.
Yeah, that's I think the deal registration is a good point there, Paul, definitely, because small companies can be more agile than larger companies, but they're often beaten out on price, and I think this is one of the ways that like I said, we're helping to protect the smaller guys, help them grow through the tiers. And I think any help like that is more than welcome in the current business climate that we exist. So definitely
exactly
a good advantage there. Promotions.
Alan's made this the pricematicians. I'm not sure where they sit on the org chart, Alan, but so we offer our partner base exclusive promotions on a monthly basis. That typically they'll change on a quarterly basis, but there's exclusive promotions out there to our partner base. If there are any broader promotions out to the channel, those broader promotions are usually then stackable with VIP Plus discount as well. So that's there's still a benefit to the VIP Plus programs. Again, we're a channel business. We need to run promotions to stimulate interest within the channel. But again, we make sure that our partners, so that that group of people that are dedicated to reselling, dealing, they get the best possible pricing on those promotions.
Yeah, and again, this is something that I pull together an email once a month at the start of every month, just to let everybody know what's going on promotion for the next month. So important that you open up those emails that come from D-Link, because otherwise you might be missing out on the latest offer that we've got going, or the latest rebate scheme that we're running. So if you're not on the D-Link mailing list, have a quick sign up, because occasionally we will do an offer that's not stackable with your VIP discount, but the reason that isn't stackable is because it must be a very, very good offer in the first place. So it doesn't need additional discount to be very attractive for resellers and for their consumers. So let's move on to pre-sales. So we're missing Craig on the webinar this week again, but Craig is the head of the pre-sales team, and it's been a strange time for Craig, hasn't it, Paul, with the lack of face-to-face training, and but recently site surveys have been picking up on a face-to-face kind of basis.
I think you're right. The biggest change for that pre-sales team over the last 18 months is not being out and running site surveys. And I great team of guys. but I never want to see them because I want to be out on site all the time. Because if they're on site, then they're helping our partners to design great solutions for their customers. And it really is, that image there of a guy in a hard hat with his laptop. That's what the guys do. They'll walk around whatever, schools, warehouses.
At the moment, obviously, he'd have a D-Link face mask on as well. At the moment, Paul.
He would indeed. But they're on site working out what is the best solution. A lot of the times we get a request from a partner for a number of access points for an install at a whatever facility. By digging a little bit deeper into that request, we can usually work out that what they've asked for is not going to give the best solution, and the way to get to that best solution is to get one of our pre-sales guys on site, walking around, checking Wi-Fi in all those different areas, checking the construction in those areas. Craig and I had a long discussion about a warehouse application a while ago, and it turned out they were looking for a wireless solution. They didn't need a wireless solution. What they needed was a 4G solution on each of the forklifts, because there was so much steel around. You couldn't get a decent Wi-Fi signal in there anyway. However, I digress. But so the guys being able to go out, look at real life applications, real life installs, and suggest a complete end-to-end solution. And again, I said we get requests for a number of access points. So we want to increase Wi-Fi. We want to add Wi-Fi to this particular area. There is usually a switching requirement there. So that physical network usually would need improving as well. So rather than just put a great Wi-Fi solution on an old network, we'll look at that network as well. Is that network up to the job? Excuse me, up to the job of supporting this new Wi-Fi solution or camera solution, or whatever it is. So we'll look at it from end to end, so that as a partner, once you've provided that solution, it works, and it works because we've been on site. We've suggested the best way to build it and to install it. So it's pre-sales for me. One of the big differences from D-Link, we have a very active pre-sales team, and I would ask partners, please use them. Use them. I want to see them out. I want to see them out on site all the time.
They can make your job a hell of a lot easier by picking out these points as you go around. But we do have the online tools. I don't want to spoil it because that is in a slide that's coming out soon in a bit. But it's worthwhile mentioning now that when we did the full webinar on the Wi-Fi planning tool, some of the things that impact Wi-Fi signals and your ability to get them aren't things that normal people might consider would get in the way. Normal people don't know what is lining their walls. They wouldn't imagine that if you have a cathedral-style massive industrial warehouse, that the Wi-Fi signal can't bounce back down off the ceiling. So it's all of those things that the second that one of our pre-sales guys walks in, that they'll pick up on straight away. And it's one of the definite advantages of doing these face-to-face site surveys over online. The online stuff is very, very good, but to be sure, a face-to-face is always recommended. Okay, moving on to expert training. As I touched on in the last one, we haven't been able to run face-to-face training sessions due to the obvious current situation, but and I suppose this depends on feedback that we get from our customers as to how they would like training to be arranged in the future. So we have done a couple of sessions online. Craig has organised, but online training is always a little bit more difficult if you don't have the right equipment there. Our training days in the past have been very hands-on. So Craig piles up his car with about 10 of our switches, and you actually get there and you actually sit down and set up the ports yourself during the training course. So the online course again is very good, but it's not as hands-on and as the face-to-face one. So we would like to start doing those again, and we can add into that the D-Link roadshows that we started to do back at the start of 2020, but unfortunately cancelled due to the pandemic. So we're prepared to take customers' leads on this. If you do have any training needs, get in contact with us, and we'll sort them out as best we can as per your particular needs.
If I can just jump in on that one, Alan. So you're right about the actual face-to-face training. So in the past we've arranged sessions in our office. So our office is based in South Ruislip, just off the M40.
Yeah.
So we've arranged sessions in our office. The team will also go out and across the country, and typically we'll rent a room in a hotel. So meeting room in a hotel, and hold training around the country. What's worked very well is Craig and the guys going out and holding a training session, a specific training session with specific companies as well. It's possible that as we kind of emerge into the new normal, it's possible that type of training, rather than bringing a group of people together, could be that we arrange sessions for particular partners for their teams at their location, or for their team at our location. But I'm thinking that as we move forward, certainly over the next couple of months, it might be single company training. I'll put it that way, rather than the group training. We need to take our lead from the channel, from our partners, as to what they would be most comfortable with. The face-to-face training, and the ones that I've been to, the ones that I've sat in on, it's not just about how to do X with a D-Link product. It's the VLAN training is about how to set up VLANs and why VLAN. So it's not, although it's around D-Link product, it's real. I think it's real valuable knowledge for networking technicians. So it's not just about how to do that with a D-Link product. It's how to do that and why you need to implement VLANs. And when I've been to those face-to-face sessions, it always gets broader than whatever topic we've said the day is going to be. It always gets broader, because there's always somebody in the room that'll say, but what about how do I do X, Y, Z? And the team are always on hand to push that out further. So, but I think online training we have done well, and again I think the team have done well to change the content of the training, so that it works online, and and it has worked very well online. And it also that we've got a great library now of training sessions that are recorded as well. So I think they're good for for partners to be able to use as well. But I'd like to get back to the face-to-face, because I think there's more value, and I think the partners get more out of the face-to-face.
Yeah, that's been on the couple that I've accompanied Craig to. I've obviously learned a lot while being on them, but experienced networking professionals who have turned up and thought, well, this is going to be a good refresher for me, often walk out saying, I actually learned a lot more than I expected to today, and that's happened on both sessions that I've been to in Bath and Northampton. So we're, like Paul said, we'll follow the lead of the channel, follow the lead of the resellers, the requests that come through, but it's certainly something that we'll look, and obviously we'll adhere to any sort of standards or restrictions that remain after June the 21st. Everything we do would be in accordance with regulations, etc. So that all goes without being said. So moving on to D-Link Online. So as I mentioned when we were talking about the pre-sale slide, and as Paul mentioned as well, we have the online tools. So if you haven't recently you can go and log into the VIP Plus channel. The website is very handily at the bottom there, eu.dealing.com, and then there is a partners section where you can reset your username and password if you haven't been on for a little while, and you can access the tools that you see in here. The online system is more than these tools. It is a great database to bookmark, to check every month or so, because as we mentioned earlier about the offers, all the offers that we have, everything that we have up to date, such as the current rebate scheme that we're running, they're all on this portal, and you can see full details of them there. I won't go into great detail on these tools because we have talked about them slightly already. The Wi-Fi Planner Pro and the Surveillance Planner Pro, both great tools. Both will give you a very good example, but they're great substitutes for face-to-face, but obviously they're not as impactful because we can't see the height of ceilings, we can't see what's in your walls, we can't see if you've got a Faraday cage around a certain section on a Wi-Fi planning tool. So yes, use them as much as you can, and if you need help using them, don't hesitate to contact the team. We'll help you out in any way that we can. The one thing on here to mention is the Product Selector Pro, which was upgraded at the back end of last year. Very useful tool, for instance, at the moment where perhaps we live in the real world, there are chipset shortages, and maybe your first choice of product isn't available. With the Product Selector Pro, you can go in, you can select the number of ports, select what sort of management you want from it, select the PoE budget you require, and it will come up with a few alternatives or a few samples. So maybe you're used to the D-Link 1510 series, we might be out of stock, but we've actually got the new D-Link 1520 series that is available. So just to make you aware of the Product Selector Pro, it's very useful, especially where there may be a few issues in and around stock.
Just so, Alan, just one point on the GUI Emulator Pro as well. Okay. Great little tool to be able to see, kind of what that management interface looks like on most of the products, and be able to possibly even to be able to show your customers what that management interface looks like as well. So, without having to install a product, just gives you a good overview of what that user interface looks like on the switches, cameras, access points. So a nice little tool just to be able to show customers what that kind of real life user interface looks like.
Cool. Webinars. Well, strange topic. We're doing a webinar right now, but we've continued through 2021. I mean, webinars haven't been affected by the obvious situation at the moment. Craig and myself have carried on. We've battled through this working from home time. Fire alarms, noise outside, barking dogs. In my case, we've managed to soldier through and provide webinars as per people's requirements. We did do a survey last year, so we changed the date of the webinars. I know today's is in a more traditional 10:30 slot rather than the afternoon where we have previously been doing them. It had to be done for this as a one-off. But we've covered topics from as wide ranging as business Wi-Fi 6, all the way through to industrial networking, and we're looking to do potentially after the summer break some stuff on M2M decks, and then looking at the SD-WAN situation, which is definitely going to be a Craig heavy webinar because it's very technical, but it's going to be great for resellers out there to be able to offer this product. It's a bit of a game changer. What we're looking to do as well, we're looking to bring back the bite-size series, but we'll still do individual topics, but we'll also look at individual products, I think, as well, moving forward with bite-size. So, for instance, we will do a 5-minute video on the BWR 2101. We'll do a 5-minute video on the new cover unit, just to show what they look like, how easy they are to set up, run through the feeds and speeds very quickly, but just to show the strengths and benefits of each product, and just bringing back the bite size, so looking at individual topics and just giving you those real chunky solutions in just 5 minutes, as we have done before.
Thanks, Alan.
Okay. Just to drop in at the moment before we move on to talking about the differences between VIP Plus and the MSP stuff. 90% of resellers rated the leads that they got from D-Link as very important to their business. If we can generate leads for your business, and we're not doing so at the moment, please let us know. We'll try our we'll always try our very best. We do have a budget that's allocated to VIP Plus customers for this very means. And as Paul touched on earlier, it's mentioned through the presentation a few times. All we ask in return is a business case. We're not looking for 20 slides in a PowerPoint as that I would generally do. All we're looking for is a quick statement and an idea of the sort of return on investment that you think you would get. So just as an example, if you wanted to say, I think that I could do with just £500 to spend on Google PPC to push D-Link's Nucleus products, then just send us an email and we'll get that approved for you. Just write a little bit about why you're doing it, how who you're going to target, and the sorts of return on investment that you expect to get, and we'll be more than happy to consider that.
Just on that lead gen piece as well, Alan. I think that that broader piece. So you talked there about some investment in, say, PPC. We do a lot of email marketing campaigns for specific partners, but then also we market out as D-Link and bring leads back to the partner base. If any partners that are on, if you've got a particular vertical where you're looking for to generate more business, looking for more leads there, let us know. Talk to your account manager, or come back to myself or to Alan, and we'll definitely look at that. I think one of the real values in any partner program has got to be the ability of that partner program to help partners to grow their business. And that's lead generation. That's what it's all about. Being able to help you to grow your business, either within a customer set or a vertical that you already experience, you already know, or if you're looking to move into a different vertical and you need some help with that, just let us know and we'll help with that. Absolutely, because that it's one of the most important things that I think. Generating those leads that we feed back to our valuable channel partners.
And we have a great data bank of PDFs and all sorts of stuff that we'll happily co-brand with you for the survey. So yeah, don't hesitate to ask the question. Paul, we're moving on to the MSP scheme. I think the next couple of slides are offer definitely for you to have a quick chat through.
Okay, sure. So we released our Nucleus solution. We're looking at probably 3 years ago now. Nucleus is a cloud management platform, so a network management platform in the cloud. Great platform. We could see that it fits with a managed service provider type business model as well, and fits very well with with an MSP model. We've grown the number of MSPs that we're working with, and those MSPs have seen some great value from the Nucleus solution that we provide. If I look at the benefits of the solution and the kind of the way that the solution is implemented, very, very scalable. Worldwide we've got customers that are up to thousands and thousands of users on it, and certainly within the UK we're growing that number of users. We've got very large organizations with lots of users on our Nucleus platform. Devices whether or not they're connected to the cloud. There's no additional training needed. We talk about zero provisioning, so the partner can provision those access points, provision those products, and then send them out to a customer. So they're simply they're plugged in and they're working. Alan mentioned that I run one of our Nucleus APs at home. So when we all started this working from home adventure, one of our pre-sales guys configured an access point, sent it to me, unpacked it, plugged it in, and I was on the same SSID that I've been in the office, and our guys were able to manage my Wi-Fi the same as they did when I worked in the office. So it's that simple, and that's why it's an opportunity for the managed service provider community. So I'm talking there about a cloud management platform. But if you just go on to the next slide, Alan. For organizations that really want to host that themselves, then we can provide that same platform, so Nucleus Connect, which is a software solution that you as a partner can host yourself, and then offer that same great service out to your customer base. So Nucleus Cloud, we host that in the cloud. There's an annual charge for that, for that cloud hosting. But we've also got a good number of partners that want to host it themselves, still offer the same cloud applications to their customers, but our resellers are hosting it. So it's not, the end user's not hosting that, the reseller is. But the reseller again is still or partner, sorry, is still able to offer that same great Nucleus solution. So again, Nucleus Connect software solution. Load that onto servers that you might have in your your data center, and then provide those cloud management solutions out to your customer base. Real good, real simple solution. So one of the taglines around Nucleus was Wi-Fi managed your way. So whether as an installer, as a service provider, you want to host the customers want to manage it on site, or you want to host it and be able to manage it for customers, or we host it and you just log into our portal and you can manage it for your partners. Great solution, very, very flexible solution. We talk about Wi-Fi quite a lot on it, but it's not just Wi-Fi, it's Wi-Fi plus wired networks, and then coming soon we'll have the IP surveillance solutions, so camera solutions, all sitting on that Nucleus platform as well.
Yeah, I think.
Did I cover everything there, Alan?
Yeah, I think the just to add on here, whenever I talk about the difference between cloud and connect, is that connect is available on the existing switches and existing products that we sell, and we're rolling out firmware updates across 2021 to ranges like the 121028p. It's on the access points already. So the thing with Connect is that it will be available, because it's software, it will be available on existing infrastructure, whereas the Nucleus Cloud, you'd have to buy everything from scratch, because you wouldn't have them in place already. So again, this is kind of another way in which we're supporting the smaller businesses by allowing Connect to work without that additional investment. We're ostensibly giving you cloud management on existing products, and I think that fits in with the next slide, that 68% of European SMBs are improving their bottom line with the help of managed services. Now, that isn't the managed service providers making more money, but I think that you can derive from that if 68% of European SMBs are using MSPs, then MSPs is probably a growth marketplace. So I think that the point behind the MSP scheme, one of the points again is, going back to D-Link being the champion of the little business again, similar to the deal registration, is that one of the ways in which smaller resellers can make more profit is to become MSPs. And this is why the MSP scheme is designed to help you do that, help you make that transition more easy, and we'll do whatever we can. And for bringing your business to D-Link, we'll reward you with the VIP Plus scheme benefits. Even if you don't hit the spend thresholds that we're there, as long as we are working in the same direction, we have a decent business plan in place. This is another way where we're trying to help you grow your business and help you compete with the bigger guys that are out there.
So managed service providers coming at gold level, I think is. Maybe I've jumped a slide there.
Yeah,
So
yes.
MSP partners coming at gold level, yeah.
That's okay. There's a flow to it all, Paul, but that's only a couple of slides away, so it's not a problem.
All right.
So here again, we'll talk about. We've mentioned on this slide about the MDF being available. We're running our own PPC campaigns for Nucleus, or we have started to run those campaigns since the reopening, because we do see a big opportunity with retail chains and hospitality reopening at the moment. There's integrations that we have with various Wi-Fi providers, such as and software integration companies such as Stampede and Fidelia, that are really pertinent for those and could really help those businesses reopen. So we are running lead generation campaigns in that area. Education, I'm sure Paul can talk about education. It's an area in which D-Link excels due to our reseller database and due to our own expertise and the products that we produce. And there's a lot in Nucleus for SMBs and SMEs. Without using those software integrations, it's probably less likely in those areas. And I suppose with SMBs and SMEs at the moment, there is a sense of flux about home working and those kind of bits. So we're going to try and maybe concentrate the message around the business grade networking at home, such as Paul's touched on already. So Nucleus in your office, Nucleus at home, everyone's on the same network. Because 2020 was a strange year where everybody just picked up their laptop and headed home, and companies were happy for you to work on your home router with all of the security holes that you can have in place in a home network versus a business network. And I think 2021 has definitely become the year when cybersecurity has been put back on the agenda. And for small to medium businesses, Nucleus is a definitely fantastic solution for that, with its WPA free, the same SSID across your home and your office, two very great, very, very useful systems there for avoiding the kind of issues that cybersecurity viruses and all those kind of bits can cause.
Alan, if I can just jump in there, so some great technical benefits there to to SMBs, SMEs. The main benefit that I see for small businesses with Nucleus at the moment is that it's managed. It can be managed by somebody else offline, from wherever that partner is. So you as a small business can just work on rebuilding your small business, after a terrible year for a lot of small businesses.
Yeah.
So MSP partners or VIP Plus partners can provide a network solution, so wireless or wired solution to small businesses that make sure that those small businesses can just get on with building their business, and they know that the infrastructures works. They know that it's been sized right for as they grow, and if something should go wrong, they know that there's somebody there that can manage it. That's somebody that can, typically they're managing it remotely. Well, so that's the biggest thing that I can see is, that you offload that need to build your own network as an SME that's, I don't know, a printer or whatever, graphic designers. They want to be busy building their business rather than working on their network. And a very similar one for education. So we've done very well in education. Education establishments, particularly so primary school, they don't have dedicated technical network engineers. They don't have a dedicated person to manage the network, and that's why again, partners have done very well in providing complete network solutions into schools and managing those solutions, typically managing them remotely. But it's that remote management piece that is that's the key. The retail and hospitality piece. So you mentioned about Stampede and Fidelity. Again, it's great solutions to help those verticals or those type of businesses to grow. And again, offload that network piece. Just know that there's a great network, and they don't have to do anything with it. Somebody else is managing that for them, and that's the benefits around Nucleus. Everybody needs to build their own business at the moment. Do what they do best, and we'll take care of that other piece.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it, Paul? It's I mean, I've worked in many small businesses, and it's been a case of the network goes down. Oh, we can get an IT man out to you in 2 days. Is a certain level of service, but with the remote management, if the problem can be solved remotely, it will be solved remotely, and that's not just an advantage for the SMB or the retail chain or the education establishment. It's an advantage for the MSP, because the MSP doesn't have to drive halfway off the country. It doesn't have to send out an engineer. They can just log onto their iPad and diagnose from there. And even if they can't fix the problem, they know what they're going to face when they get to the problem. So they don't have to go back and say, "Oh, I'll have to get a part that's going to take 48 hours for delivery." It's they'll know what the problem is before they turn up on site. So yeah, lots and lots of benefits. We could do a whole webinar just talking about this part, and we have, and I'll link those in the YouTube video to this if if you're watching on YouTube. You can see some of the past ones we've done where we go into a little bit more depth on these issues. Just to touch on the stat here, 61% of businesses surveyed have considered or are not using managed services ATM. So that's a big number. So this market is still sizable. It's still out there. And if you are considering becoming an MSP, jump on the opportunity now, because there's still a big base of people out there who are considering or are currently not using MSP services.
And that MSP that MSP model creates just long-term customers, doesn't it?
Sure.
It's not just a product supply relationship. Now you're managing that school's network, or you're managing the network for that group of businesses or cafes or whatever. It's an ongoing business relationship. And again, that's as a business, they're the type of relationships you want.
Yeah. So some of the stuff that we haven't touched on in this webinar, but we have done in previous ones, such as TAS and all those other bits, are also extra pieces here. The fact that you can enter into 3-5 year contracts and automatically refresh your networking stuff as an MSP. So the decision to upgrade to Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 7 or 6E or wherever we are in 5 years' time, it's just a matter of changing the monthly payment. It's not a £10,000, £20,000 investment for your company. A £20 increase per month is something that most customers can bear, especially if it gives them an increased return on investment. So that's a lot of the stuff that we haven't discussed, but we have done in previous webinars in more depth. If you need any more of those, then just give us a call or drop us an email, and we'll give you a bit more detail on that kind of stuff. So just to touch quickly on this slide, because most of the stuff on here is part of the VIP Plus scheme. I think as Paul highlighted earlier with his spoiler alert, if you become an MSP, you automatically get upgraded to Gold Partner. So you get the 12% discount. And everything else on this slide, webinars, dedicated engineers, lead generation, that's all stuff that's in the MSP, in the VIP Plus scheme. But there's a couple of advantages here. So an additional discount on the cloud licenses. So Nucleus Cloud is sold on a yearly license basis. And as an MSP, we'll give you additional discounts. At the moment, the price is £1 for an additional year, so definitely worth taking care of. If you want a trial set, we can set you up with a product set. So we can set you up with a switch and an access point. Just settle down for an hour of Craig training you on how to use the system and how to set it up. just contact us if you're interested in that. And the other part is email templates. More than happy to do our best to either send out shared email campaigns or just provide you with the templates that we've done to push MSP and to push Nucleus. Again, just let us know what you need on that. Okay. As I said, spoiler alert, you do get that automatic upgrade. So joining the D-Link MSP program will give you the benefits that we would generally give to a VIP Plus customer who would spend more than 45,000 with us for a year. Only commitment is a jointly agreed business plan. And again, we're not expecting war and peace. We just what vertical you're going after. If you would like some MDF, where are you going to spend the MDF? What sort of return on investment you expect to get back from that? So don't not apply for this because you expect to do a business plan. It's nothing. It's nothing major. It's just we could even have it as a conversation, and we can write that conversation up as the business plan. So that's.
So Alan, that's what I was going to say. So it's documenting that discussion with with the account manager.
Yes. Yeah.
So documenting your plans, your objectives, and how we can help with that. It's certainly not Dragon's Den. It's agreeing. It's agreeing that plan, agreeing how it's going to work for both of us moving forward. And it's worked. We've seen it. We've seen it certainly over the past year. So count either new MSPs that have signed, or in some cases VIP Plus partners that have transitioned to MSPs. Yes. And we put a plan around how are we all going to increase business, and delivered on it and seen that increase. So it's well worth it. And it's again doesn't have to be some exhaustive 16-page business plan.
Well, I've been on 4 or 5 calls with people who've migrated to the MSP program, taught them through it, and nobody's injured yet. And I think that's a very good sign.
Good. So
the last slide, the most important statistic of all. As per the slide says, the question that we asked people was basically, would you recommend the VIP Plus scheme to a business colleague or a friend? And the answer we got back was 95% of the resellers would recommend a D-Link VIP partnership. The VIP Plus partnership, sorry, doesn't include the MSP scheme. The MSP scheme wasn't around when we did this survey. It was at the early part of last year. So I think that speaks volumes for us. I'd like to talk to the 5% who said it wasn't and see what their issues are and how we can help them. But that's absolutely fine. I mean, 95% is an amazing result. We were very, very, very happy when we got that we know that we're doing something right with the VIP Plus scheme. But at the same time, as we've mentioned, if there is anything that we're not doing, if there's anything that you're being offered elsewhere, we are more than happy to expand the scheme where we can. We're more than happy to take your feedback. We're just here to listen and just bring us those problems, and we'll do our very, very best to solve each and every one of them.
If I can just jump in on that, Alan. So on the partner, so I've been with D-Link just coming up to 11 years. I've been with D-Link, and when I get along to events, so when I've been to either training sessions or award sessions, or wherever it is, where you get the the channel community together, and and I talk to partners, and there's partners that have there are organizations that have been partners for that, for 11 years, for all the time that I've been here. Some of them were, they were partners before I worked for D-Link. But the partners that are, they're still there, they're still seeing value in our program, and that shows me that there's, there's staying power there. There is some real value in what we're doing.
Sure.
And we constantly agonize over, how do we build more value and what's in it for the partner. And that's really, that's from VIP and MSP. It's about what's in it for the partner. What's going to make that partner?
Yeah,
we're all busy people. What's going to make that partner decide, to come and work, or that organization to come and work, be a partner with D-Link? And it's all about, how do we build that value? And again, whether it's lead generation or the pre-sales piece, whatever it is that those individual organizations, because organizations are all different, whatever way that we can help is making sure that there is a real benefit to being a partner. And it shows, with those partners that have been around all that time, still work with us, still trust us, they're still growing their business by working with us. And that's, and obviously, they'll be part of that 95% of organizations. So yeah, good. I would say that, and to anybody that's either on this listening now, or when this appears on YouTube, probably give us a go. Think again. I will go back to think, D-Link, think again. There's a broad range of products and technologies that we offer, and that's all well and good. But then there are also these, kind of the hidden benefits, if you like, of the partner program.
Well, this,
so I'd say give it a go. Come on board.
Well, this is the why, isn't it, Paul? This is the why. The why work with us. And this webinar is part of that why. We just putting across to people. We really want your feedback. We really appreciate you doing business with us, and the VIP Plus scheme is how we do that. And the VIP Plus scheme is for our partners. So whatever the partners want, we'll try our very best to get it as part of the scheme, and that's what we're here for, and that's why we do this webinar. So yeah, we know it's a very good partnership scheme. We're obviously very keen on helping you guys wherever we can become an MSP, and I hope that's come across on today's webinar. And that's the last slide that we've got today. I think we must have done a great job, Paul, because we don't actually have any questions. We must have covered everything, or maybe we just bored everyone. I'm not sure.
Well, I was gonna say I'm sorry, because we've been on for an hour and 10 minutes.
Paul,
I'll apologise.
We always run over time. I'm sure the people more than okay with that. Details on the screen, as you can see there. Give us a call, 0208 955 9000. That number never changes. If you want to talk to our sales guys, if you want to talk to me, or you want to talk to Paul, that's absolutely fine. They'll get through. UKI-sales@d-link.com is probably the best way to contact us. That email goes to everyone in the team. So whether you want to talk to sales, whether you want to talk to Paul, whether you want to talk to me about marketing, absolutely fine. Just drop an email to the UKI-sales@d-link.com, and we'll get right on that. Anything else to add, Paul, before I sum up for the?
Yeah, if you're not already a partner, come on board. Come on board.
That's the call to action.
Look at the benefits. Come on board.
Yeah, that's the call to action there. So, sorry for running over time. Sorry for the slightly delayed start, but I hope that we've entertained you enough, and that we've been informative for today. The next webinar will be in 3 weeks' time. We are still finalising the topic for it, but it will. We will get those details out to you hopefully by the end of this week. We will be back on the normal Wednesday webinar slot at 3 p.m. as usual. So watch this space. And if you're not signed up to the emails, get yourself signed up, and we can keep you fully up to speed on everything that's going on at D-Link. That's about it from me. So thanks to everyone for your time. We'll see you all in a few weeks.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, Alan. Thank you.
Cheers, Bob. Bye.